because investigators out in Los Angeles are focusing on the anti-government views of the man who was charged with killing that TSA officer. This morning, officials say they still don't know why the suspect chose his target. Some observers say the officers should have been able to defend themselves. Ben Tracy's inside Terminal 3 at LAX, where the shooting took place. Ben, good morning.
Margaret and Charlie, good morning. Accused gunman Paul Ciancia is still in the hospital this morning, and his lawyer says that he's unconscious and unable to speak after being shot in the face by LAX police. Now, Ciancia's family did issue a statement. They say they're shocked by the murder that took place right here in this terminal, and some are now calling for TSA officers to be armed.
Tony Grigsby was one of 2 TSA officers shot on Friday that survived. He wanted to talk about his fellow officer who did not.
Let me take one moment to express the sadness I feel from my heart over the loss of my friend, Gerardo Hernandez. Only now it has hit me that I will never see him again.
Grigsby says he was shot twice as he tried to help an elderly man escape accused shooter Paul Ciancia's rampage. According to newly released court documents, Ciancia's roommate dropped him off at Terminal 3 in a black Hyundai. The gunfire began just 3 minutes later. The affidavit says Ciancia was worried about the, quote, New World Order, a conspiracy theory about a totalitarian one-world government. On Monday, FBI agents visited Ciancia's apartment near Los Angeles. They escorted one of his roommates to his car, also a black Hyundai. Airport police and the TSA are now reviewing security procedures at the Los Angeles airport.
As much as we work each and every day to make this airport and others safe, it's sad to say, but nothing will ever be 100%.
A memorial was held Monday night for Gerardo Hernandez. Meanwhile, the union that represents TSA officers called for some of those officers to carry guns. Currently, none are armed.
We're not suggesting that all 45,000 TSA officers be armed. What we're suggesting is there needs to be another layer added, which would be transportation security law enforcement officers who would have law enforcement duties, would have a weapon, would have the ability to arrest people.
But the head of the airport police here says even if the TSA agent who was murdered had a gun, it would not have mattered. That's because Paul Ciancia had hid his rifle in his suitcase. He pulled it out at the last minute and fired at that officer at point-blank range. Charlie and Margaret.
Thanks, Ben.